Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so love you. See you soon. Bye.
Every now and then a game comes along that really surprises me, and this is one such game. It connects on such a level that very few games do. Gone Home is a game from 2013 that was designed for PC, and it actually took 2.5 years before it made its way to home consoles through the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It was even cancelled at one point, but I'm pleased to say it managed to get released, and it's one of the most unique experiences out there. The concept is incredibly simple. You play as Caitlin, the eldest of 2 daughters, who is just returning home from a European trip. A lot has happened since she's been away, based on the note you find on the front door of the house. The note was written by Kate's sister, Sam, and implores Kate not to piece together why Sam has left and just to let her be. Naturally, you can't possibly do that, as the human brain wasn't designed like that. You need to know why no one is here to greet you and why Sam left. The entire game takes place in first person and challenges you to piece together the story by interacting with all the household items you find in the large Oregon mansion. What immediately struck me was how familiar this house felt. Sure, I never grew up in a mansion, but the game takes place in 1995 when I was still living at home. All of the items scattered around the house were the same items I had in my house. All the video game references to the Super Nintendo, the rock music, the term papers that were sarcastic, the classic notes with scribbles on them. These were all things that I had at the exact same time. Now, I've played countless video games over the years, and I've never encountered a video game world that felt this real. This was my house, and it very well could have been me wandering around a friend's mansion back in 1995. While my parents were tidy, my room was always a little bit of a mess. So seeing this in the game was just so incredibly nostalgic. Picking up a cassette and placing it in a boombox to listen to really brought me back to a time where we didn't have the ability to just restart a song from the beginning. We had to rewind it. Little memories like these are all over the place in Gone Home, and that's why I think I enjoyed it so much. The entire game, or experience as I like to call it, can literally be completed in under 1 minute. However, I found myself playing for hours, looking in each and every drawer, trying to see if there was any other memories tucked away that I might discover. Another element that I really loved with this game is that it plays tricks on you. Initially, you think this could actually be the next installment in the Resident Evil series. What with a powerful thunderstorm raging outside, flickering lights, and creaks and moans of the mansion. The funny thing is, that feeling of dread is just in your head, as there's nothing to fear here. It's just a large mansion, and you happen to be all alone in it. This acts as a great metaphor for the larger story about a young girl's coming of age. The whole narrative is exceptionally well told, and I actually played through the game a couple of times in order to ensure I understood all of the different connections between Samantha and her story, but also Kate's reason for going to Europe and exactly what the parents were up to. The audiovisual presentation is also extremely well done. The voice acting is absolutely superb and draws you into the narrative like very few games have done before. Now here's something that I didn't expect whatsoever: the trophies. Trophies deserve to be mentioned here, as one of them challenges you to complete the game in under 60 seconds, and believe me, it takes quite a few tries to get the timing just right. And I loved how they incorporated something like a speed run into a game like this, because for many, this isn't a game, but more of an interactive book or story of sorts. One of the only negative comments I have is that some of the household items repeat themselves rather often. Seeing the exact same box of tissues repeated time and again is a little jarring, but it's completely understandable given budgetary constraints. I should also mention that there are a few bugs that made it into the final release, which mainly pertain to the secret passageways throughout the mansion. Some of the doors won't open regardless of what you do, and that can get a little frustrating if you're trying to speedrun the game. Now, while some gamers may take offense to the subject matter of the larger tale being told here, I absolutely loved this experience. I reviewed this game when it was part of the PlayStation Plus free game selection for the month, and was completely blown away. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the $20 asking price, given it's the type of game you'll most likely play and master in under 3 hours or so. But the experience is certainly worth taking. Most definitely, this will not be a game for everyone, as the whole thing is wrapped up in no time, and there's literally no action to be had here. This is much like a very deep drama, where you live through a powerful narrative. If you enjoy powerful dramas or are looking for something truly unique, give Gone Home a chance and it might impress you.